Hi, I'm Frank. I'm the bar manager at Blue Mason Grill in Plano. I'd like to talk to you today about some of the ingredients we use in our mixology program in our bar. First, I'd like to talk about fruit nectars. Jumex is one of the companies that makes a great fruit nectar. It is a Mexican company. They do have a lot of very unique fruits, a lot of tropical different things like guanabana nectar, guava nectar, pear nectar, coconut, pineapple, those types of things. There's many different types of flavors, many different companies that make a lot of different types. Agave nectar is also one of them. It's not necessarily made from fruit. It's made from the agave plant, which is also where tequila comes from. Agave nectar and tequila are cousins. They blend very, very well together. Agave nectar is 1.5 times sweeter than natural sugar. You get to use a little less and use a little less calories as well. Rather than using sweet and sour, which is basically corn syrup and citric acid, we use agave nectar, the natural sweetener, and fresh squeezed lime juice in all of our top shelves with premium tequilas. Next, I'd like to talk about bitters. Bitters are very misunderstood. They're not necessarily bitter. They do add a little bit of different complexity and different layers to your drinks. They open up your palate. They bind different flavors together. If you have a nectar, a soda, and a syrup, this bitters will tie all of those flavors in together, so there's not so many layers. It accentuates your beverages. It really adds a really nice maturity to it. You can add these to different foods also, ice creams and different things like that. It's not just alcohol, or not just alcoholic beverages. You can add them to desserts and things like that. Just keep in mind they do have alcohol in them, so you don't want to give them to kids unless you want them to go to sleep early. We do also use a lot of fresh fruit purees. This one is a pear puree, sweet ginger, white peach, and a lemon zest. Perfect Puree makes a great high quality product. If you can't get this, you can go online, get this online at perfectpuree.com, or you can go to Central Market or a nice high-end grocery store like that. Whenever you use these, try to use different flavors. Don't go for strawberry banana, don't go for those kinds of things. Get a sweet ginger and pear, a lemon zest and white peach. Try different things. Most important things to experiment, find out what you like, use more, use less. It really does change the flavor of your drink. If you like to get a little extra with it, you can also make your own here at the house. A lot of times a lot of people cook at home and they go for fresh tomato sauces and things like that. Well, this is basically the same principle. You add a little bit more love into your product. If you're having guests and family and it's a nice Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner, something like that, a special event, if you want to put forth a little effort, go right ahead. The only thing that you'll stand to lose out of is a little time, but you'll gain a lot of knowledge on how to make these fresh products. We also use syrups. This is jasmine syrup. It's a very floral syrup. Monin is a company that makes it. It's a French company. It adds a lot of basically floral flavors. This one happens to be jasmine. There is a tiny bit of alcohol because of the extraction process from the flower. So you want to be very careful with it. This is something else that you really want to experiment with, and I really recommend using different ingredients in your beverages the same way you do in your food. Some of the other things also are sodas. Whenever you go to bars, typically over the past 20, 30, 40 years, they've used seltzers, club sodas, tonics, things of that nature, ginger ales. We like to try to push the envelope a little bit, and rather than go for a standard ginger ale, we're going to go for a ginger beer. Basically, the way it works is, this is a ginger soda brewed the way that you would brew an ale. Ginger beer is a ginger soda the same way you would brew a beer. It's very, very different characteristics. One's a little bit commercial, it's a little sweeter than normal. The other ginger beer has a lot more ginger flavor, a lot more natural flavors to it. It's a much more complex product. Really good in your beverages. We also use things like cucumber soda. It's very refreshing, adds a little bit of, basically just a little bit of sparkling carbonation to your beverage. Really just kind of makes whatever you put in here very refreshing. You can use a blackberry cucumber, different things like that, just to really just add that little extra freshness to your beverages. You can also use things like sparkling teas. We do have a root beer sparkling tea, blueberry pomegranate, orange teas, different things like that. There's also black cherry artisan sodas. Most of these sodas and syrups and bitters, they're family recipes that have been made for hundreds of years. Bitters, this Feed Brothers bitters, incidentally, has been around since 1864. Make a very good product, small batches. They basically perfected bitters. Same way with the sodas, boiling, small family, limited batches as well. Great, great product. Basically, when you're using all of these products, you want to try to use as many different things as you can. Don't just stick to one different flavor. Experiment. Get crazy with it. If you don't want to, come by our bar. One of my mixologists or myself will make you whatever you like of whatever we've got. We've got great feature specialty drinks on our menu. So it takes the guesswork out of it. A lot of different stuff on it. Come by and see us. Thanks a lot, guys.